Hey everybody, it's Hussein Kabani, your favorite broker. And this video is dedicated to all of my investors, all the landlords out there with your rental units. I got news for you. The government does not want you in this space anymore because they are now your competition. If you watch one of my other videos, you will find out that CMHC, government owned and operated, is basically becoming the largest landlord in Canada, and they do not want you to compete with them, and they are going to try to wipe you out. Because what I could tell you is for the last 2-ish years, the annual rent increase that you could pass on to the tenant was 2.5%. It's just been announced that now for 2026, the amount you can increase your rent is 2.1%. Seriously, guys, does this make any sense? I got some real numbers for you off one of my properties, okay? My insurance year over year has gone up 25%. I didn't say 2.5%, I said 25% my insurance has gone up. You know how much my property tax has gone up in the city I love so much, Pickering? 5.26% on this little rental unit. But guess what? You could get some relief. You could increase your rent by 2.1%. It's not gonna help. We're basically getting squeezed out of this whole thing. And I don't think this is necessarily a good thing. What is happening over here is that landlords are gonna probably try to see if they can find some loopholes in this whole thing and say, hey, I don't wanna rent long-term to somebody. I wanna try to do short-term rentals so I don't have to go by this rent increase and whatnot. I do wanna point out that this is only applicable to units that are built and occupied prior to November 15, 2018. Anything that's after that point of November 15, 2018, there's no rent control on it, okay? So you can increase it to whatever you want to increase it to with a 90-day notice, as long as the tenant agrees. Likely you're gonna hopefully, if you're watching my channel, you're probably a reasonable person, so you're probably gonna do it in a reasonable fashion, which is what I would do at the same time. But if you're not, if your house is not built and occupied after that date, you can only increase it by 2.1%. Now, we all know the costs, like I mentioned, have gone up on these units, so you're not able to even keep up. On top of all of this, now, like I said, that the government is going to be competing with you guys. And not only the government, but there's a lot more rental units that are coming to the market, purpose-built rental units. We've talked about the one on Whites Road, Whites in Kingston, I believe 1470 Whites Road. That was a purpose-built rental unit. Now, even when we look at that, the amenities that they offer inside of that thing are way better than some of the condos that some of my clients own. And they are actually renting them out for less than what my clients can rent out for. So they're already getting squeezed out of the market in that sense. I just don't think that this scenario is gonna actually get much better for anybody in terms of investors. So I think that if you're an investor out there that has these units that is already starting to feel the pinch, I think that it's a smart idea to start looking elsewhere. And maybe the idea is to kind of get rid of this rental unit that you have right now and move it on somewhere else. Now, it's good for tenants that plan to be tenants for a lifetime, because there's going to be more inventory that's coming up for purpose-built rentals. And that means that more inventory is going to create more competition. So likely we might see some rents stabilize. We might see more competitive rents come out there at the same time as the inventory increases for that. So for people that are planning on being tenants, this could be a really good thing. For people that are owners of these individual units, I think that you might actually kind of get squeezed out of the market, like I'm saying. And not to sound all doom and gloom, but if we're an investor, we want to be ahead of the market. We want to be aware of what is actually going on right now and try to adjust. I'm not telling you to exit the real estate market and don't be an investor. I'm just saying that the product type that we were using to be investors, and I'm in this boat at the same time, so I'm trying to navigate and figure this thing out at the same time. The product that we were using is not necessarily the right product that we need to move forward on. I think I've been saying this for now a few months right now, and I'm doing my own due diligence to say, hey, how can I change this? Where's a better idea to invest? Like, is it gonna be investing in getting a duplex or a quad? Or maybe is it better for me to take my money somewhere else, maybe into a different province, into a different country? We're evaluating again all of these options again, because it just doesn't seem like this is going to be a good place to have a single door as a rental anymore. The thing that really bothers me about this whole thing is this. One example I would use is like the cellular network, okay? They're so hesitant on government letting other carriers get involved and having low-cost carriers disrupt the space or whatever. They're not opening it up to them. Whereas they're going, CMHC is going and like basically owning all of these rental units. Isn't that monopolizing the market at the same time? And how do you win in this situation like this if you can't play on a level playing field where they have a competitive advantage? I really don't think that the government wants you to be in this space anymore. What do you guys think? If you guys are investors right now, especially I'm talking to those investors that have single doors, meaning that you have a property that you can only put one family inside of. How are you guys feeling about all of this stuff right now? Are you guys feeling a pinch in this? Are you guys considering selling it? And you know what, before I even forget, like the government doesn't want you to be in this space. And this actually ties back, and I almost forgot, the landlord-tenant board. The landlord-tenant board favors the tenant, let's just call it what it is, 100%. Like it's not like some other provinces and some other states in the US, whereas if you're late on your rent a month, they're gonna force you out. The sheriff's gonna show up, they're gonna put a notice. You don't get out, they're gonna take all of your stuff and put it on the lawn, and you're out. They're gonna give you back possession of your property. Look how backwards we are over here right now. Even if I own a house that I rent out to somebody and I have a 1-year contract with them, this is mind-blowing to me. I have a 1-year contract, that's all I signed up for over here. Now I'm like, hey, thanks so much for renting my property. You guys have been awesome, but I want my house back. For whatever reason, I want to leave it empty. I want to do whatever I want to do at it. I want to record my podcast exclusively out of this townhouse now. I can't do that. How is it possible that you own a property and you have a 1-year contract for lease and you can't get it back? Does that make any sense to anybody watching this? Please let me know, because it's bothering me. I don't know why it wouldn't bother other people that are in this situation. So let me know what you guys think. I know there's a lot going on. I know this comes off as negative, but it's not negative, okay? Because wherever there is something like this happening, there's got to be opportunity somewhere else. I think we just cannot be sitting here and just accepting it and being negative about it. I think we got to take action and do something else. We can move these funds around, do something else, get out of these situations and find some other opportunity, because that's what a real investor would do. I'm not talking to the people that thought they were investors. And those people should probably exit. And I know it's harsh, but you should probably exit because you're gonna probably save yourself a lot of pain. If you became an investor in 2019 because you thought you couldn't lose and the properties were appreciating so much, you're probably already second guessing that. And you're probably not a real investor. If you own one investment property, I think that you're probably gonna be in for a lot of pain. You should probably exit that inventory right now, like that house right now. I'm talking to people more like, hey, that have a bunch of investment properties, and we have a lot of clients that have a lot of investment properties. I don't wanna say have a lot, we have a few, and I'm even concerned and looking to exit that space at the same time. So I want your input on this as well. Am I going off the deep end over here and just thinking everything is a conspiracy, or are you guys concerned as much as I'm concerned, or what do you guys feel concerning about this situation? I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I hope you guys have learned something out of this. Please subscribe to it because this is our content and it's only going to become more real as we keep going on from over here. Share it with your friends that are investors or want to be investors that I think that should be exiting. And if you're trying to tell them to exit, send them this video because hopefully this resonates with them at the same time. Like it. Hope you guys enjoy it. And until next time, guys, remember one thing. Get Cabani, get sold.
Sell it, sell it, sell it, sell it, sold. Sell it, sell it, sell it, sell it, sold. Sell it, sell it, sell it, sell it, sold. Sell it, sell it, sell it, sell it, sold.